Hello all. In this tutorial of API testing, we are going to learn about verification of response for REST request and SOAP request type. To learn about verification of the response received from the request, I will use the earlier request of REST GET request type. In this request, we are fetching the users from page 2. I will execute this. And we are getting the list of 6 users in page 2, and the users have the details like ID, email, first name, last name, and avatar, that is their image JPG. So now we are going to add the verification for this response. We are going to verify that the response is as per our expectation or no. So for verification, we are going to this verification tab. Here we will find the snippets. These snippets are in Groovy. Here it is given the explanation that test scripts are written in Groovy and only run after response is received. You can hide these snippets by clicking hide button. You can show these snippets by clicking show button. There are many snippets which you can use. The very frequently used one is the status code or the JSON value check. We will see these. First of all, we will check what is there by default which we have got. We have got some import libraries which are imported default, and we also have got two statements. One is the statement to store the current request in the request variable of request object type, and the second one is to store the current response in the response variable of the response object type. Now we will go to snippets and we will add status code snippet. I will click on this and it will give me some code over here. What is it? It will check the response versus the code, verify response status code, and it asserts that the response dot get status code is equal to 200. It takes the response and the code that we have given, the actual response versus expected response. We will execute this and we will check, or we will verify whether the response that we are getting is 200 or no. To verify, we have to go to test request and click on this arrow. It will give us one more option, test request and verify. We have to click that option. The execution is done. The status is 200. We have got the response. Now let's go and check the verification log. The verification log is showing that the result is pass. It means the expected result and actual result is matched. Now what we will do is I will change this expected result to 201. That means our verification response or result will be failed. So now I will execute it again. And after execution, the verification response log result is showing failed. Why? Because the expected result is not matching with the actual result. It is given over here that the expected status code is 201, but the actual status code is 200. Now let's take the next snippet. Click on show snippet, and here we get the response body JSON value check. We will click on this and we have got some code over here. I will change this to the actual 200 code, and this is the statement, or this is the code that we have got after clicking on the JSON check. So what this code says is to verify element property value. Whenever we select this or whenever we take the mouse over the keyword, it gives us the details of that keyword, what will be the parameter, what will be the return value, and so on. So it will help you to understand what this keyword actually does. Verify element property value. It will take the response again and it will take the JSON path of the value and it will compare the expected value with the actual value received from this JSON path. Now, this is the example of the JSON path or the raw format of the JSON path which is given over here. That is issues in the bracket 0, that is index dot fields dot project dot key. Now let's see how to create our actual JSON path and use it over here for this verify element property value keyword. For that, you will get a JSON Pathfinder tool. So we will go to Google Chrome and we will find JSON Pathfinder. And when we find for the JSON Pathfinder, we get these options. We have to select this chrome.google.com option for JSON Pathfinder and we have to add the extension to Google Chrome. So I have already added the extension. We have to click over here to add the extension. Once the extension is added, it will show the remove from Chrome button. So I have added the extension and if we click on this extension, we will get this extension over here. I will open this and in this extension we have to provide the response received after execution of the request. So I will go to Catalan and I will copy this response that we have received, the complete response. And I will go to JSON Pathfinder. I will paste this response over here. Once I paste the response, I will go down and here I have to give the search node. I can give the search node as the ID or email or first name, last name or avatar, anything you want, whatever you want to search. So I will take this last name and I will give it as the search node. Path type, I will select the JSON path and I will click on submit button. So here I have got the last names for all the 6 records and if you see here the path dot data in the bracket 0 dot last name dot data in the bracket 1 dot last name. So these are the indexes. Index of these records starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 6 records. So these 6 records starts with the 0 index till 5 index. And this is the JSON path that we have got. We can take any JSON path for which we want to check the details. So I will take this first JSON path and I will go to Catalan. I will paste this JSON path over here and I will change the value of this, that is the expected value, to the value this Lawson, that is the actual value. So our test will pass. We have taken the path, JSON path, we have taken the value, expected value. Here we have to remove this dot from here so that the path will be valid path and then we will execute this request. So I will execute this request. Now this request response is 200. Okay, we have received the response. We will go and check verification log and verification log is passed because the expected result and actual result has been matched. Now I will change this expected result to some other, that is Ferguson, and let's see what is the actual JSON path for this. The JSON path for this is data 1, index number 1, and we have given here index 0. So this should fail and expected and actual result should not pass. I am executing this. And if you go and check the verification log, it will say that the result is failed because the actual and expected result is not matched. Expected element property value is Ferguson and is not equal to the actual property value, that is Lawson. So this way you can verify the request versus response. Now we have seen this with the JSON Pathfinder tool, but Catalan has made it easy because they have provided us with the facility to generate the JSON path by selecting the key and value and then clicking the Control K or Command K button on your keyboard. So for example, if I select this key value pair of first name and the value of the first name Michael, and if I click Control K button, then I will get the code like this, the similar code. If you see, same code with the data 0 dot first name Michael. So it has generated the JSON path for me. I will comment this code for now and we will execute this. If we go to verification log and check, it will give the result as pass because the actual and expected result is matching. This way you can generate the JSON path without having the JSON Pathfinder tool, without downloading or installing the JSON Pathfinder tool on your Chrome browser, because Catalan has provided this facility to generate the JSON path. Let's check the SOAP request. I will go to already added SOAP request. I will open the SOAP request. As we have learned that SOAP requests are and their responses are in XML format. I will execute this SOAP request. This is the request of addition of two numbers, the calculator, and if we go and check the request message, we have added two numbers 3 plus 3 and it has given the result as 6. We have seen the JSON Pathfinder and the generation of the JSON path to check the value or to verify the element property value. In SOAP case, how we will get the JSON path, because SOAP request is generated and SOAP response is generated in XML format. So we will get the XML path for this. So how to generate this XML path? This similar way we can generate the XML path. We will go to verification tab. Here also we will get hide snippet and show snippet tab, wherein you can hide and show the snippets. Here you will get the status code. You can check the status code. You can check the JSON value check. JSON value means here we will take the XML value check. For that, I will hide the snippet and we will click on this result and I will click Ctrl K. This will give me the code to verify the element text and I can verify the response, and this is the XML path that is generated: add response dot add result, add response tag dot add result tag, and this is the expected value that I have given. So we can execute this request by clicking on test request and verify, and I have got the response that the status of this response is 200 OK And if I go to verification log, the verification is passed because the actual and expected result is same. Now if I change the expected result to 12 and execute this request, what will happen? We will get the verification result as false or failed because the expected text is 12 and the actual element text is 6. This way you can verify the SOAP request. This was about the verification of the REST and SOAP responses. If you are new to this channel and would like to learn Catalan Studio from beginning to advanced, please click subscribe and bell icon below this video. And please do not forget to click like and share. Thank you.